Hey everybody, welcome back to Coach Peggy Real Time. It is season 2. I'm so thrilled that you're here and I hope you followed us in season 1. And if you didn't, hop on over to YouTube, look at the playlist for season 1 and get caught up with that cast. We've got a brand new cast for you this season and I'm super excited about it. What is Coach Peggy Real Time? It is a transformation coaching docuseries where I coach 3 cast members through a 10-week program where you get to see them in real time. Each week, we're going to come at you where you're going to see the tools and the strategy that I've developed over my 3 decades of being in this industry, and you are going to relate to them. We are all more alike than not. These guys are brave and they're authentic and transparent, and this is really scary for them. But as you guys sit home and you watch what they're going through each week, and hopefully you too at home, you guys are going to do some of the commitments and the experiments and the challenges that I put these guys through. So come back and see us every single week here on YouTube, Coach Peggy Real Time. And as I said, I've been doing this for about 3 decades. And my name is Peggy Wilms. And I have worked with academia and the military and medical and fitness world and nutrition. So I've been extremely diverse. Sometimes people even call me the all things wellness coach, which makes sense. That's the name of my business. Anyway, come along and enjoy and just really kind of support these guys if you can. We have a community on Facebook called Coach Peggy Real Time Community. And we post on there so that we can hear your journey and you can ask them questions. So we will see you on Sundays, 9 p.m. Eastern. Coach Peggy Real Time, real people, real problems, real solutions.
Hi Coach Peggy, my name is Troy, and this is probably my 10th attempt at this video for you. I am not one to ask for help, I just don't. I have a tendency to shirk the problem rather than face it, and when it comes down to it, I don't ask for help. I'm just kind of scared of a lot of things for some reason. I need help. I need help to be a better person, a more confident person, someone who's not depressed all the time and not wanting to get out of bed or not wanting to do anything because I'm scared of what the outcome's going to be, or I'm scared of what somebody might say, or I'm scared of my own shadow some days, it seems like, which is just crazy to me. I was never like that, and probably, I don't know, 10 years ago maybe, I just kind of started getting into this rut where it was just kind of stopped feeling things, and I don't really feel a lot anymore other than anger and frustration and sadness. I want to be happy again, and that's where I need you. I need help from you to show me that I can do something, that I can, with the right tools, be effective in living a happy life. I know if anybody out there can help me, it's you. And I look forward to the challenge and to the ride. It's going to be fun.
Hi, my name is Faith and I'm from the UK. I work in administration and I mainly work from home. I'm a single mum of an adult daughter, and I feel like for the last 18 years I've focused solely on being a provider, being a mum, a role model, and I've sort of completely lost myself in that process. I've got sort of some bad habits that I need to work on. I've struggled sort of with my own mental health in the past, and I want to sort of work on those habits so that my mind isn't working against me. and I'm not being my own worst enemy, because I feel like I can be really sort of hard on myself and get in my own way. And I'm looking forward to sort of getting fitter, healthier, and just getting more organised, because I know that I can be quite disorganised. It's more so over the last year and a half, it's highlighted to me that I've disconnected and I don't talk to people, which is why I'm sort of wanting to put myself out there, even though it terrifies me, and just try and reconnect with people.
Hey everybody, my name is Rita. I am a single parent of 2 adult children. I became a first-time grandparent back in March of this year. I also hit a milestone of turning the big 5-0 in January. I'm excited to be working with each and every one of you on this docuseries and the areas of my life that I need to focus on. I feel I need to focus on physically, first and foremost, spiritually, mentally. I feel like I've lost my zest for living. I feel like I've been stuck in a rut the last 4 to 5 years. I used to be a very extremely organized, energetic person. I, again, stuck to a schedule and it worked for me. I'd schedule my workouts. I'd schedule my meal prep. I set a bedtime schedule, morning routine. And again, all that's kind of gone wayside. And I kind of just want my old energy back or some new energy back so I can get back on track. I want to start living my life and enjoying it. And I think that this is a really good opportunity. It's going to be a wonderful experience, although a bit scary. Everybody knows you can't accomplish much when you're stuck in a comfort zone. So it's time for me to get out there, whether I like it or not, whether I'm scared or not, but I'm sure everybody is. So I can't wait to start doing this and working with you guys on this.
All right, first of all, you guys, I want to really, really praise you for your bravery. That's the absolute first thing that I want to say to you guys. We went through applications, we went through videos, pictures, assessments. I put you through tests like love languages and sleep languages and right and left brain and learning styles. And all of those things are going to help me help you, all of those tests. But we vetted you pretty seriously. And I needed to make sure you're not bad people. I don't care if you're looking to be a celebrity, but I wanted to make sure you were real people and we weren't going to end up on Dr. Phil like you were catfishes or something like that. But let's just talk about your bravery first of all. So this is a 10-week, Coach Peggy Real Time is a 10-week transformation docuseries where you pretty much are letting a bunch of people in, and it's public and it's 2021, so it's out there, like really bad pictures and like Kim Kardashian doesn't want out there. But anyway, once you're transparent, you're transparent. It's hard at first, but it gets to be, even if you've made a lot of mistakes in your life, because let's be real, none of us are 19. And so there's a few decades of a few decisions that we might want to like change our name and move to, Argentina. But once you're transparent, you'll just start to own up to who you are. You'll stand up, you'll be like, who cares? This is who I am, deal with it. And what you're going to realize by being accountable to the public and to your super friends, which we'll talk about, is you're more like other people than not. It's really, I know you might think that you understand that, but you are going to be shocked at how much more like people you are than unlike people. I want to say that you're brave. This will get easier. You are going to lose some people along the way. You are. You're going to lose some people that aren't ready to listen to your journey. You're going to lose some people that are scared to death. You're going to try to take them with you. Scared to death. You never really know who's going to be right behind you and supporting you, or the ones who are going to act really weird. You just don't know. So I just want to preface it with get prepared. And sometimes, majority of the time, it's just about them, right? It's just their timing. It's just about them. All righty. So excited. Feel the feels. I know you're feeling the feels. Rita, what's one word of what you're feeling today? Can you come up with a word?
Elated.
Haven't heard that one for a while. That's awesome. Faith, what about you?
Apprehensive.
Oh, apprehensive is more down the lane, especially when we start. Wait till I ask you at the end. You'll be like, awesome. Troy, what about you? What's one word you're feeling?
Unsure.
No shit, right?
Yeah.
I got you. I know you guys are stronger, braver, smarter than you do, because I've been doing it a hot minute. So I got your back. All right, we want to embrace change. People say that. Duh. I want you to get as uncomfortable as possible, as soon as possible. Okay, wellness isn't going to wait for you. So think about that. Think about the sooner I do stuff I'm not used to, or I'm afraid to, the sooner I'm going to conquer this damn thing. Okay? And we have each other. You have the public, you have family and friends, but the deepest, most support you're going to have for 10 weeks is this group. I can't even explain to you how your friendships, because nobody will ever be able to go through this exact same thing at this exact same time with you guys. This isn't a weight loss program. Does anyone want to leave now? It's just not.
No.
It's just not. Bye, Troy. See you later. Yeah, it's bye. But what I can guarantee to you, if you want to feel stronger, and if you want to be more lean, and it can even be stronger here, you want to be more lean, if you need to lose weight or if you need to gain weight, it will happen if you do these healthy habits and if you really dig deep and do the work. Because I can't do the work for you. I wouldn't have a job if I could. Plus, I'd be exhausted. So recognize it's not a weight loss program. It's more of a mindset journey. It's a self-discovery journey. I always tell this story to even my other clients now. One of my cast members in season 1 was quite surprised and actually gave me a few phone calls and was a little mad at me when he realized I wasn't going to tell him everything to do. Didn't quite discover he didn't realize it was a self-discovery process. Just thought we were going to hop on board and I was just going to tell him what to do. This is self-discovery, FYI. All right, Troy, would you consider yourself a black and white person, an on or off person when it comes to habits, life, diet, job?
No, I'm probably more of the middle of the road guy, or I want to be the black and white, and yes, I'm either doing it or I'm not.
Yeah.
But I don't. I flirt with both sides of it. I'll start something and I'll do it for a little while, and then I'll start to gradually kind of pull away, and then I might go back to it and then start to pull away again.
So you can kind of do.
Yeah, and that's something that I want to. That's one of the things I want to change about me is I want to be able to be that cut and dried. I'm gonna do this person.
Right, I'm gonna do this. Good job, Rita. What about you? Are you a light switch now? Do you kind of do this is either on or off? I'm either in it or not. How does that work for you?
I'm either in it or I'm not.
Yeah.
So when I start something, it's like I'd go at 110 miles plus an hour.
Faith, what about you? Okay, let's talk cookie cutter. So something is out there for everyone. You see the study, you see the book, you see the plan. Are you a cookie cutter follower? Do you try all the trends and the fads and that?
Not really, no. I mean, if I do a process, I give it 100%. But I try and find what works for me, because I've done so many different processes that at the end of it, I end up tripping myself up because it doesn't feel right for me. So I've tried to pick up the bits that work.
We are the on and off. We really are. And we're not taught when we grow up that if the on stops working, it's okay to kind of come back, adjust, hover, and then turn the on switch on again. We just look at it as pass, fail, loser, winner, And we don't realize that we are authorized to make things about us. Nutrition plans that we see that are cookie cutter, make them about us, and exercise about us. So that's what we're going to learn along the way in this whole process, is that I want you guys to think about going for the B. And if you've seen any other stuff I've done, I push that really hard. I've always believed that. And it doesn't mean at times we're not going to leap forward and try to get an A in something. But I don't believe in getting an A in every aspect of your life is doable, and especially long-term. It's overwhelming and you're going to miss some pieces. So we're going to talk about that along the way. But as you're taking on this, especially this week, you're going to be super overwhelmed this week. Not only emotionally, but I'm going to push your ass. I'm pushing you, man. I'm pushing you right to the ledge. We're kicking off strong. And this week is going to feel like an A+. It's just going to feel, I have never spent so much time focusing on myself in my entire life. That's what it's going to feel like. Okay. And that's okay. That's what I'm looking for. Something else I want you to think about as we get started is to start to create those boundaries. What does that mean? So I use the Berlin Wall, which I'm going to have to change because it's definitely dating myself when it comes to my younger clients for sure. So I always said for years, that's when I got my first certifications and really started in health and wellness. Is I was in Germany, and in Frankfurt, Germany. I was there for 4 years, and that's where I got started. So when I talk about boundaries, I'm a metaphor queen. All right, you guys, put up the Berlin Wall around you and protect yourself and do what you need to do for you. And you're going to, and then the sucker came down and I had to kind of readjust. Okay. So I was like, well, there goes that example of not going to the bar on Friday night because you're protecting your boundaries. So here we're going to go. You guys with your boundaries. If it's hard for you to go to the bar on a Friday night, you might not be able to go to the bar on a Friday night for a while. Right? If you have some friends that are super negative and not supporting you, you might need to come up with a few excuses that distance your time with them for a little while. And you're going to have to make that okay. And I suggest that this week you try to figure out maybe a one-liner to just kick off with when you see that scenario coming. It can be something as confident as this. I'm really buckling down and focusing on my health and wellness. And I'm just putting up the damn boundaries. Nothing to do with you. I just got this going on. Come right out of the gate. I statements. Rita, what about you real quick? Boundary issue?
My issue right now is like negative people. So when they're zapping my energy, I like just get up and walk away because I'm like, I can't put it into words. And I'm afraid if I say something, it's going to be like horrible. So I'm just like, if I can't say anything nice, I don't say anything at all, but I just walk away.
I love that. We got to keep them away. We'll be talking about our social circle down the road when, what are we going to do with those positive and negative people? And some of them we can get rid of. If it's your parents, can't kill them off unless you want to go to jail. We kind of have to deal with them. Jesus, like I don't know about that. Okay. What about you, Faith? Any boundary issues you can think of right now?
I think I'm starting to put more in place and just really focus on my own energy and saying I need to focus on me. And try not to sort of get myself involved with too many different things because then it drains energy.
Own it. That's awesome. That'll be easier down the road. And you know what's going to be interesting? You guys are really going to understand. It feels selfish out of the gate. Oh my God, I'm focusing on me. This is horrible. I can't say that because we all come from that kind of generation-ish where it's like self-love, self-care. No, it's all about give till you die bloody knuckles, right? But you guys will find out sooner than later because the world has changed. When you start saying that you're putting yourself first, when you're saying, no, I'm going for a walk and then I'll meet you for a glass of wine, but I got to do this loop first. The respect that you will gain is from the respect that you want to get. You'll have those people will stay around. Those people that respect you and support you, keep them in your hip pocket. We're going to need them. All right. The definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over, but expecting different results. It stops here. It stops. Not one more thing. So this journey is really going to teach you guys that the habits that we've had in the past, we have to uncover them, and they're gross. A lot of them, you guys won't understand where we're headed until we're there. And then you'll be reaching for these things. You know how excited I am when we get to use those, because that means a breakdown just about happened. And then there's going to be a breakthrough, and that's really exciting. But we have to go back. A lot of people don't believe in going back. I do. There's a lot of secret sauce nuggets back there in our habits that will propel you guys to your future and give you different outcomes if we can uncover them. And a lot of them, 90% of them aren't your fault. You learned them all. You watched it all. You heard it all. Once we're done doing that through this series, you're going to walk away going, I am not broken. I have the control today to take today forward And that is the toughest part, because a lot of people, they don't want the control. They don't want it. Because if they take control, then what? Who the hell else are they going to blame? There's no one else. No one's left. I hate that. I hate being a health and wellness coach and having to walk the talk and talk the walk and keep my word. From now on, you're going to do it. All right. Let's see, what else do I want to share with you before we get started? Just a couple of things. I'm going to use a bunch of tools, throw a lot of tools at you that are tools I believe in, and they're strategies I believe in, but they still have to work for you. So when you use the tools and you're trying to figure it out, it's your responsibility to come back at this group, back at me, and say, how can I make this work better for me? It's like not my gig right now. How can I figure this out? Because we're all going to be in different places. Therefore, if Troy shows up and something works for him and he's having a great week, you guys, we just go, right? Because that means he's resting really good for next week when he goes to hell. And then we can go, and because you guys are all going to do that, and most often at different times. There will be times that we'll all get to experience going up that roller coaster and us all being up there, right? And being like, whoa, this is super awesome. And then there are going to be times that you're going to come down the other side faster than not. We're still going to be there, right? But it's your responsibility to let me know and us know how the tools are working or not working. Reward systems. I'm going to hover right there. Rita, you know how reward systems are, right? We keep doing what we keep doing because it feels good. We're getting something out of the effort, you know? And we human beings want to see those results really fast, you know? I decided to have a couple salads. Scale hasn't moved, screw that, right? So what is a reward for you that kind of keeps the momentum for you? What keeps you motivated? Yeah, what keeps you kind of rolling?
When I see results, whether it's I'm sleeping better, whether I'm finally getting to the gym on a regular schedule, whether I'm doing my meal planning, and when I see results, and not just physically with weight coming off and whatnot, that's what keeps me going. But again, that's all the whole black and white thing, like 100% get it done. There's no failing.
Exactly. What book is that? Oh, that's this book. That's the Keep Fucking Going book, right? That's my tattoo. I get it. Okay, that makes sense. So you want to see the reward, see the outcome, see the data shift, and then that gives you the momentum. Faith, what about you? What is a reward? What kind of keeps you going?
It's actually feeling good about myself, and getting to that place where I feel happy and so anything that really sort of going to the gym or just feeling more confident, or it's generally it comes down to feelings. Yeah.
So we got Faith, who likes to feel, right? See how she feels when she does health and wellness well. Rita wants to see them. Show me the black and white. Let's see it. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. Troy, what about you? Are you a mix of the two gals?
I am. That's what I was just thinking. I'm like right in between that. I want to see the rewards at the end, but I want to feel good during the time that I'm doing it. And I want to feel like I'm accomplishing something along the road, but I also want that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So
yeah,
kind of middle of the road again.
And this is really important, and we're going to keep talking about the rewards. That is where the stickers and the gems come in. So I told you guys we're going to be doing this series, this whole docuseries season, with really focusing on a reward system. And that's why I wanted you to get a good stash of stickers that can be all sorts of different shapes and sizes. I don't care. And then Faith is going to use some little gems. And it's going to depend on how you want to reward yourself. We're going to be doing a lot of tracking, a lot of data collection. I do have a lot of utilization and data experience in my career, and it pays off because there are so many times as your coach that I'm going to try to explain why a scale isn't shifting, right? Or why you're not strong enough, or why you're tired. And you look on the scale and you're like, I give up. But if I didn't collect the data of a waist measurement, or how many push-ups you can do in a minute, or the foods you were eating 6 weeks ago compared to now, or how your irritable bowel syndrome is going, if we don't have that data, I can't keep you motivated along the way. And sometimes it's one little piece. Rita, you've lost an inch in your waist. I have? Right? And that keeps her going. So I'm a data collection queen. The most important part is for you guys to learn that we have to keep the emotion out of it in order to stay in motion. Emotion. I hate it when people do that. They laugh at themselves, but I just did that. Because if we can keep the emotion out of the data and you just collect it, I swear, I promise you 100% at the end of this, you will not regret. You took the picture, you took the measurements, you did the weight, you cleaned out your drawers, because you're going to want, as human beings, to go back and go, hey, look at this, look how far I've come. You don't want to right now, but you're going to want to. So you're just going to have to get over the whole data thing. Troy, elevator speech. What's a little bit? Tell me.
Hi, my name is Troy. I live in Minnesota. I work in the aircraft industry. Love to play golf. Love that more than anything, if you can't tell from all the junk behind me. Have 2 grown kids, 2 grandkids. Don't get to see them enough, but
Right.
other than that, yeah.
Okay, tell me your biggest strength. What are you most proud of that one of your strengths?
Oh, that's a tough question. I don't know. Wow.
It could be mindset, physical. What is it?
And probably that I don't ever say no to somebody, usually if they need help. That's can be a weakness too, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
No, it's okay. You'll see where we're headed. That's good.
No, I know it's good and bad. I don't know. I don't think about my own strengths that way. I just don't.
Heaven forbid you give yourself credit for being like a really awesome person. Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Faith, what about you? What is your elevator speech?
Hi, I'm Faith. I'm from the UK. I work in administration, and I've got an adult daughter now. No grandkids yet, and hopefully none soon. Far too young. I love animals. I've sort of worked in animal rescue for a number of years, and I've got 8 cats of my own. So I love sort of animals.
You do. Yeah. What's one of your strengths?
Probably I'm very focused. I'm very good at looking at details. It helps with my job and what I do. So I'm very good at sort of analysing things.
You were headed. Oh, so good. Unrehearsed. Go ahead, Rita. Elevator speech. What about you?
My name is Rita. I am from Colorado. I have 2 adult children and 1 granddaughter. I am in office administration for probably my whole life. That's one of my downfalls, is being inactive at work. What I really like being outdoors before it gets too hot, riding my bike, playing tennis, going for a hike. I just like to be physically active and not just be tied to the gym for physical activity.
Yeah, that's really good. That's going to work in your favor. What's one of your strengths?
Determination. I am determined. When I set a goal for myself, or when I set myself to do something, I'm determined one way or another, it's going to get done.
Okay.
Griping and complaining all the way, but I'll get it done.
That's exactly right. What you guys started to determine right out of the gate as we started, that a strength can become a weakness really quickly, right? Just like a weakness can become a strength. And if we're over strong, which really isn't a word, but if our strength is such a focus and we become so good at it, chances are there's something back there that we could improve on too. So that's kind of the going for the B thing too. And I wanted to see how you represented yourself. Troy, what is a non-weight loss goal off the top of your head that you want to achieve this 10 weeks?
to be a stronger person, just emotionally, mentally stronger. Kind of beat myself down over the last 10 years probably, and it's gotten to the point where I don't see the top of the bowl anymore. You know, it's gotta figure that out.
Okay. Does that feel like a big task? Like, whoa.
Monumental.
Monumental. Yeah.
It does. It's a big deal.
Yeah. And everywhere you go, you are. I always say that because so many people think if they move their location geographically or even to another apartment, it's a new start, a new beginning. But wherever you go, you are going. So if Troy moves to wherever his favorite, he can't wait to move to Bali and sit on the edge of the ocean. The issues he still has right now are going with him. Be a stronger person, whatever those are. So we got to make it do. We got to make ourselves happy, even if you were stuck in a room the rest of your life. Yuck. Faith, what about you? What's something that you can think of when we did a non-weight loss goal?
One of the main things is being organized. I think I've struggled with structure most of my life, and it's just to get things in order, to get something that works for me.
Yeah. One of the pickups I get on that is I compare it right back to her job. Okay. One of the things she said that she does really well at her job is she's detailed. Very detailed. When you look at organization for very, very detailed people, if it gets even slightly out of whack, it's very stressful because they can get caught up in the details. So sometimes just the simplest organization, a pile somewhere, it just feels so overwhelming because they want to detail the shit out of it. Thank you. Rita, what about you? What is a non-weight loss goal you can think of you'd like to improve?
Happiness. I just want to start living my life. I just kind of feel like I've been in a rut and I'm tired of being stuck. I just want to start living and enjoying my life. Finding happiness,
it sounds so easy, doesn't it? But it changes every day. It's like, are we talking about our nutrition? Are we talking about sleep? Are we talking about being in control with stress? Are we talking about relationships? Are we talking about getting the guitar out? I mean, being happy means what? And it's different to every single person. Okay, I'm excited about something that you guys aren't. Well, first of all, I didn't even explain. I have a brand new bullshit button for this season. Has lots of different bullshits. That happens to be bullshit. Take precautions. I want to tell you guys that I just want to make sure that you don't give up. Okay. I have to show you all my toys. I always have my gavel, which looks amazing with our backdrop for this season, but right? Sometimes I'll do this when you guys drive me crazy. Sometimes I'll do this when you're just nailing it. So these are some of my toys I have around here. I won't slip my wrists on air, but sometimes you guys are going to drive me crazy. Inner beasts. I asked you guys this last week to come up with an inner beast, and I really didn't give you that much of a description. And then two of you are like, oh yeah, it's so hard. I don't even know. Yeah, we know who that is. Well, we will in a second. And then I gave you a little bit more details, and I said, like, who is that you kind of could draw up if you had to get out of your comfort zone or conquer fear or do something you don't even want to do? Like, who could be that person visually, emotionally, metaphorically you could pull up when I say inner beast? Troy, go attack your inner beast. Well, mine's Athena, okay? And I've had this one for a while. But it's like my fifth inner beast. She hasn't been my inner beast forever because they change. And so now she's the goddess of wisdom. This is where I go to dramatic side. The goddess of wisdom. I even have my hat and my sword over there. I'll show you sometime. But the goddess of wisdom doesn't mean I know everything. It just means that I continue to grow and want to learn and share it. She's also the goddess of war. Does that mean something bad? No, but I do believe wellness is a war. It is a war where there are many battles. We will not win the war. Last breath is all you get. All the way to your last breath. So knowing that, struggle, celebrate, struggle, celebrate, and enjoy it along the way, because it ain't gonna end. It ain't gonna end. Faith, did you come up with an inner beast?
I did, yes.
Would you see that excitement? Oh, yes. What is your inner beast?
I went round and round, but I kept on coming back to the same person, and that's Catwoman, because she's very much, she does what is right for her. She's very focused and determined to sort of get to her goals, but she's also very confident in herself and sort of in her sexuality, in sort of her presence. And,
yeah. She's dead sexy. Yeah. And that is where confidence comes in your body, in your mind, in your choices. I love that. And it helps that you like cats.
Yes.
That she talks to them and shit. Everywhere she goes, she likes to pipe her with her kitty cats. That's amazing. Why every season do we have somebody who loves cats? I mean, it's just important. Yeah. Touch love language. Rita, not that you had a problem coming up with an inner beast, but since there's only 2 people left in this room, and we know 2 people have problems with inner beasts, and we've already gone. So Rita, inner beast.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The hell up.
I chose Wonder Woman because I wonder what the hell happened to my life these last 5 years. I wonder where I started going downhill, that I lost my train of thought in. I'm just kidding.
Okay, this was good because I was already assessing what a great area of improvement I was going to be able to have right there with her and go. So how are you going to draw that up for your inner strength? Is it really Wonder Woman you're BSing me, or did you pick somebody else?
I picked Wonder Woman just because of her strength, her determination, and she doesn't, she's not fearful. She's totally badass.
She is a badass.
And I've idolized her since I was little. But
perfect.
Yeah, no, I chose Wonder Woman.
Perfect. So you'll be able to draw her up when you're struggling. We're going to be drawing these guys up. Not that Troy had any issues whatsoever, and I love that I made him stir for about a week on it.
Yeah, I had no issues at all trying to come up with something. It's not a woman, though, I will say that.
Hey, your choice.
No, actually, I came up with Rocky Balboa.
Oh,
boxer. Yeah.
Good.
You have to fight every round to win the battle, and you fall down, you get up. You fall down, you get up. It took me a while to figure that one out, but that's where I went.
Troy, in all my career of doing this, I've never had anybody pick Rocky. I had first time for everything. And of course, as soon as you said that, what scene did I picture? Running up the stairs, right?
Yeah.
And it reminded me of what you said in the beginning, where you said that end goal, that celebration at the end, so when somebody is a person who keeps the end in mind, right? They see it. And if it's your Rocky and you're at the stairs and you're like, yeah, or at the end of a fight, that's a beautiful thing. But somebody who is that visual and wants the end goal, the main thing I'm going to want you to learn is what's the goal right behind it. And the goal right, because often they'll go, oh, achieve that. You want to get right in. You don't want a break or a vacation for that next goal. But that's really, see, Catwoman and Rocky and Wonder Woman. Really badasses this season. Oh my gosh. So we're going to be drawing those up. When you're having a hard time, I want you to literally physically, I used to be Wonder Woman. That used to be mine like years ago. And when I would do a lot of board meetings, and maybe you guys have seen studies like this, I would go into the restroom and I would stand right in, and I'm not kidding, I would stand right in front of the mirror and I would do this big ass pose and just draw that bitch up. And I'd be like, you can do this, you can do this. Nobody's died from presenting at a board meeting before. I'd be like, Jesus, what's your problem? And so when you've got to bring that puppy up, I have a costume over there. Just saying. I'm not saying that you have to run around in your sleeky little sexy leather. But you got You got to do what you got to do. This wheel, All Things Wellness Wheel, is the backbone of my company. It's the backbone of how I teach. It is what I use for all my tools and strategies are based on this wheel. I trademarked this a couple of years ago, and the reason I did it is this. I believe that wellness and well-being, and they need to kind of come together. There are lots of wheels out there, but I couldn't find a mix of something that brought all of them together. And I needed to get my clients to understand it's not just nutrition and exercise that gets you to goal and keeps you there. No, way bigger than that. Actually, 24 spokes. Very high level today. We've just got 4 quadrants. This is a wheel that represents a wheel that's on your wellness wagon. That's what you're going to hear me talk about metaphorically over and over again. This wheel, you can see the tread on the outside, so cool. You'll see the little hub in the middle. These are spokes. And in each spoke, I have obviously an area of your wellness. When you're not doing well and you have a puncture or a nail, that can be like lost a house, dog died, even new job, right? Need to lose weight, unorganized, whatever it is, any of these areas, if you're not doing well, your nail you ran over could be way down here close to the hub. If you're doing super, super awesome, say your nutrition, is nailed, you could be way out here, like, yeah, awesome, doing awesome. This week, you're going to fill out this worksheet and take a look. Do not do it quickly. Take a look at where you are in all these areas of your life. And you're going to put a dot or a nail, 0 being here, 10 out here, along the spoke, like this one's nutrition. Where are you doing? Maybe you're a 5. Maybe you're right in here. Once you get all the dots, the nails in your wheel, you're going to draw and connect all of them. So your wheel might look like this. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. You're going to draw them around. Here's the goal. I want your wheel to be as round as possible because it'll keep rolling and get you to goal. If you have a bunch of punctures, it's going to be bumpy ride. Can even toss you off the wagon. Have to have a major repair. Injuries, illness, lack of confidence, self-love, finances, even if we don't catch that. I want to just ask you guys, what are your thoughts about all these areas are part of your wellness? Like, are you like, whoa, or what are your thoughts? Let me unshare so I can see your gorgeous faces. Rita, what's your thought when you look at something that big, that complex?
It's like overwhelming, but at the same time, it's like it makes perfect sense because it hits me right where I think I need to be. Some things that I should be focusing on that I haven't been. Mm-hmm. It's kind of one of those aha moments too. But you look at the big picture, it's overwhelming. But to me, I'm excited to get to that point where, like you said, where it's going to be all one circle. It's going to align.
Yeah. Yes. So I quit now. What? Troy, what are your thoughts when you look at the wheel?
The same thing, overwhelming, but excited to look and see where I'm at now.
Yes.
Because you don't think about it, where you're at in all those different areas until you actually sit down and put it on paper and see, and you can have a visual of what it is that you're.
And we weren't brought up to look at all those areas. We're just brought up, figure it out. You got to figure the shit out, shut up, keep going. What's your problem? But we're not brought up that all of those different areas need to blend and work at the same time to some level. We're just not brought up that way. Faith, what is your thoughts when you look at the wheel?
I'm quite excited. I think some big thing I'm always looking for is balance. So just to have a chance to look at every single area and have it visually like that, I think it's just a really good tool. I'm quite excited to get started with it.
Yes. Good job. No, that's really good. And one of the things I just want to give you guys a heads up on is sometimes I'll give you assignments or thoughts or challenges or things like that. And I won't always tell you why, right? Because a lot of it's self-discovery. Some of it even is looking at it and going, What does she mean by that spoke? Like, that doesn't sound any different than this one, but I'm trying to see where your base knowledge is. I'm trying to see how far we're going to go. So don't judge it. Here's an example. If you look at it and you go, why does she have diet and nutrition in two different spokes? Aren't those the same? No, they're not. I'll tell you that one. Diet's the plan. The plan. Eat breakfast, eat lunch, eat dinner, eat protein, eat this much, eat 1 cup. The plan. The nutrition is the macronutrients, the micros, the vitamins, the minerals. So just because you have a plan doesn't mean you have the nutrition you need within the plan. Doesn't mean the plan works. Doesn't mean you need all the nutrition items that someone else does, right? Maybe you can't eat dairy. Where else are we going to get your vitamin D and your calcium? So yeah, they're two different spokes. Did you guys know that? Did you think about that way? Did you think about that separated, Rita, before? Yeah, it's a different way to look at it. There'll be parts of those spokes on there where you'll go, oh, that sounds weird. We'll figure it out. So this week, we have a lot to do. So excited. Within each of those quadrants, so we have heart, spirit, mind, and body. Within each of those quadrants, I'm going to give you some commitments. Commitments that are attainable, but will push you out of your comfort zone a little bit, even if the comfort zone is just that you haven't focused on it for a while, right? It doesn't always mean the comfort zone is like, I'm not going to be telling you to go skydiving and shit, but the comfort zone can be like, I don't want to get rid of these foods that have chemicals in them because I love them. I love mac and cheese. If I had $1 for every client who struggles to get rid of mac and cheese in a box, I would be a rich woman. I swear it is the most difficult food for me to get away from my clients. I don't know if it's because the 70s and 80s kids, macaroni and cheese meant something. I don't know, but that.
Grew up on that.
Yeah, right? Yeah. My kids like ramen noodles. And I'm like, I didn't buy that shit. Where'd you get that? Don't tell people that you ate ramen noodles growing up. I had my oldest son actually said, my oldest or youngest said to me, I think it was my oldest one, said like a couple months back, Mom, we didn't eat that good like you think we did growing up. And I'm like, who the hell's house were you at? Like, what? Oh, it's so funny. I still don't know if he was kidding or not. All right. So in the heart quadrant, I mean, he might have, I don't know. In the heart quadrant, I have integrity and values. That is the number one thing. Pinky promising each other that I want you to think about. Remember the good old VCR cameras that would sit on your shoulder that were so heavy you couldn't carry anywhere? Faith might not. Faith, do you remember? Yeah. And you're in all those events and you're like, Mom, shut up. You're so loud. But I want you to think about something my grandmother told me when I was growing up. Peggy, don't say or do anything that you wouldn't own if somebody took the VCR tape out of that camera and showed it to everybody. Now, obviously, that's not going to happen, but I want conceptually, I think about that metaphor often with her because I think, you know what? I got to keep my promises because we break them to ourselves 24/7. Even when we're sleeping, we roll over and go, I'm not going to get up at 6 and work out. And you're breaking your promises while you're laying in bed. So in the heart quadrant, one of the spokes is integrity and values. That starts now. You can lie to me all day long, all day. I'm still going to know because your results won't come. I'm going to know. But if you lie to yourself, I can't do anything about that. The second thing that comes in the heart quadrant is relationships that we're going to work on this week. And I just want you to try to build yours intentionally a little bit, right? You don't have to go get an ad in a newspaper, but in conversations, in building up your super fans. So I shared with you guys that I really wanted you to start talking to a couple of people and saying, whatever story works for you, I am doing this thing. This is why. This is what I need from you. Are you interested in even listening to my shit, right? So we're going to be building that part of the heart quadrant, the relationships side of it. Then the spirit side over there, we're going to look at creativity. That's one of the spokes. This whole journey is about creativity. How can we do things differently? How can we stack things? How can we save time over here? Creativity might mean coloring for you guys. I can't make it up. It's yours. Seriously, it could be. Coloring when you're stressed out is doing puzzles, is a very serious thing people do for coping skills. We're going to swing around to the mind quadrant, and this one's huge this week. And there's a lot of shit that sits in there, and that's, to me, probably one of the most of the 4 important quadrants. It's time management, planning, organization, personal growth, and habits, and I'm hitting, those are 4 of the 6 that I'm hitting this week. So you're going to do your wheel, and that's the personal growth kind of thing, the learning piece of it. You're going to do your wheel, do the punctures. You're going to post it on our Facebook site. Because for those of you guys that are listening, we do have a private Facebook site that we communicate throughout the weeks. They've got me in there yelling and screaming at them starting today. And that's where you're going to keep using that as a journal, as a reach out, as an accountability system. Now, you don't have, for instance, Rita, if you say, I want to walk every single morning, and you guys don't have to do anything, but I'm going to put a post and put check marks on it every day to help me, Rita, that's where you can do it. That's one of the places that you can do it. So your all things wellness wheel, take a picture of it, do it on a Word document, whatever, and post it there. 168 hours. Having showed you that document, you will see it. 168 hours is my second. It's a framework of what I do. We don't know what to do with our time unless we know where we're already spending it. You have no idea how to build in a goal. If you're watching 5 hours, playing 5 hours, let's say if Candy Crush a day, if you don't really know that it's 5 hours, it gets lost. If 5 times 7 is 35 out of the 168 hours a week is Candy Crush, and you tell me you don't have time to exercise, we're going to find you some time. Let's take you down to 4 hours. So this document, Excel spreadsheet, by day, you're going to just do your best to try to allocate the time within each of those lanes. One of them, just as an example, people say, Rita, how many times do you exercise a week? What's your hours on exercise? 3, Peggy. Go to the gym 3 hours, 3 classes a week. Okay, so you spend 6 hours on exercise. No, I only go to 3 classes. Oh, no. You get your clothes, you get dressed, you get in the car, you get there, you talk to Sally at the front, you take the class, you run in, you shower, you go pee, you talk to Sally again, you go home, you get your... So the transport time to go, this is why when people set goals, they have no idea how much time it takes to accomplish those goals. I have no freaking clue where they're spending their goddamn time. So when you guys eat, don't tell me 15 minutes for lunch or dinner, because unless you've got a maid and a chef, you're preparing and cleaning up after that shit. 168 hours. So you're going to figure out where you're spending your time. Makes sense. So we make sure you nail your goals. The body quadrant is why my phone rings every time. 99% of the time, I'll say, Peggy, I need to move more and eat healthier. Can you help me out? Okay, but that's not the problem here. But the body quadrant, that's where that sits. So we're going to do a few things in that area, but you guys know the whole wheel is where the pain points are. Audit number 1, audit pantry, refrigerator, freezer, audit part 1. What does that mean? It's a scan. But guess what? Get to do this first. Don't clean that shit up before the picture either. Troy, don't even.
Okay. Yes,
here comes that integrity. Shit! We're going to actually do the audits in like 3 parts. So it'll be about 3 weeks before we really massively beautify what this kitchen and life looks like. So pre and post pictures, we're going to be doing those in a lot of different things. So audit number 1. Well, what do we do in audit number 1? The first thing is to get rid of some expired products, and you have no idea how many some people can find. Look at the expired dates and get rid of them. I have a lot of people that hoard food unintentionally sometimes. 2 for 1, 2 for 1, 2 for 1. 18 boxes of, rice-a-roni, whatever the hell, right? You're going to look at expired dates. You're going to think about ingredients. Just take a peek. I'm not even asking you to get rid of a bunch right now. If you can't pronounce some of those ingredients, they're man-made, they're genetically made, and you're consuming them. Okay. The colors, certain colors, Faith can tell you this, certain colors, coloring we use in food in the United States has been banned in Europe forever. Not good for you, especially with migraines. So you're gonna take a look. Oh, hey, maybe I'm not gonna eat that anymore. Oh, hey, too bad, I'm going to. Oh, I'm just checking it out this week. Now, a lot of people will say to me, I'm gonna finish up eating everything I have and then I'll start this thing. Oh, okay, one of those. Oh, I spent a lot of money on this. Yeah, you will on diabetes medication and cholesterol too. Yeah. Have the mindset, can I donate something? Can I give something away? Can I throw it away? Okay, if you have a half-baked cake at home, come on, man. It's not going to be your last cake, right? Audits. Number 2, I need you drinking 64 ounces plus of water a day. You got to figure out how you track that. A really cool bling water bottle, case of water under your desk at work. I don't care. You're going to get a sticker for it. Look at you. Sticker every day for that? What? Oh my God. All right. And then the third thing for nutrition, we're going to keep it simple out of the gate. You can just take a piece of notebook paper. Does not have to be brilliant. Want you to write from the second you get up to the second you go to bed, just the foods you eat. I don't even need portions. You can do whatever you want. If you want it really detailed, that's your gig. But if you've been using MyFitnessPal or anything else to log foods, that's great, but not today, not this week. Just write it down. Frosted Flakes. You might want to write Frosted Flakes 1 cup. Doesn't matter. I'm not asking. I'm just saying Frosted Flakes, milk, Twinkies. Integrity. Oh my gosh, she's got that coming back at us. I'm telling you, write the God's honest truth. Now we're going to go to exercise. You know those baseline exercises that we did? How many circles can you do? Arm circles in a minute. Those were max. How many can I do in a minute? Okay, so maybe it's 76. You guys have those numbers, so do I. Suggest you post them and just kind of see how you're going along the way. Because this week, every day, you're going to do your baseline exercises every day. So one of them was squats. We've got plank. They're not going to take you a million hours. I want to see how you're doing with some habits. Will you have to do the rest of your life every day? No, that's not what we're doing. I'm seeing how you're doing this week. Okay, got to figure it out. And then the next one, you get to do however you want of 20 minutes of cardio each day. You can be going out for a walk, jog, run, YouTube class, exercise class at the gym. Golfing is exercise. Whatever usually ends in an ing is a verb, is activity. Dancing, running, tennising is one of the only ones that I can't get to make sense. Anything's 20 minutes plus. And then the last thing this week that we're focusing on is I want you to weigh yourself at least 3 times this week. Wow. Usually I make somebody do it every day. And there's argument to that. Okay. And we can discuss that along the way. But the main thing is you don't know what you don't know, what you don't know. And if in the middle of the week you're working really hard at all this and the effort, Rita says she wants to see the outcome. Show me the outcome to keep me motivated. And if she looks in the middle of the week and her weight goes up a pound, she's like, what in the hell? I've been doing all this. I've not put this much focus in my wellness in a long time and my weight went up a pound. This is what we're going to be dealing with. And we're going to get past that. Because maybe she has a pound of 2 or 3 pounds of inflammation or stress, or her body saying, what the hell are you doing? Or she's retaining water, or, okay? And that will be your week. What are your thoughts, Rita?
Whew, I'm already tired. Oh, man.
I know.
Whew.
Yeah.
Excited.
Hey.
No, I'm excited to see on paper what I'm eating, how much I'm moving or not moving.
Yeah.
I've got the water down pat. So
Good.
that's not a problem. But
Good.
no,
Which
excited
part-
to see.
What part's going to be one of the harder parts of those commitments this week for you when you hear it?
Challenging will be the nutrition, what I'm eating.
And when you guys do pen to paper, you want to know the first thing I hear the following week? Very first thing. Hey, how'd that go? How'd it go this week? Well, when I knew you were going to see it, Peggy, right? It changed what I started eating right then. Okay. But that teach you along the way. When you're accountable and someone's going to see your shit, you might be healthier. Oh, mental note down the road. Might want to do that once in a while. Maybe every couple of months or something, you write it down and you can show your best friend. Okay. Sometimes it's going to make you go, literally, Hershey kiss, because this one will go, what's a Hershey kiss? Right? What's 1? What's 5? When you put it down and you put it down and you put the third one down and you've got all this other stuff and you're going Doritos, sandwich, 5 Hershey. All of a sudden, when you guys tell me I have had a hard time losing weight, don't know what's wrong, metabolism broke, really? So pen to paper, Rita, you're right, the nutrition piece, but nutrition is 80% of getting to goal and staying there. 80%. That means 8 out of every 10 meals needs to be relatively healthy. And the definition of healthy for everyone's different. So we have to figure that out too. I got a pizza without as much cheese. Okay, well, but that could be a big step for someone. The justification that we have, hey, I only have 6 beers every night, just have 10. Doesn't mean 6 beers is healthy, bud, but good job. The justification that we do is based off of our perception, our history, where we come from. Your baseline isn't the same as mine. Okay? Troy, what about you? What is going to be like, what are your thoughts, first of all? And then what area you're like, whew, a little tough.
No, thoughts are good. I agree with putting it on paper and seeing it again is, I think, a huge thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the biggest problem's going to be. Nutrition should be pretty easy. I have predetermined meal plans. So
Good.
So that's already kind of laid out for that. Time is the only thing that's a bit of an issue with the exercise because my job is very flexible. And there's sometimes I get home at 5 o'clock and there's sometimes I get home at 9 o'clock. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. I'm trying to figure out exactly how to work around that. But.
Right. And one little hint, when we start to know our schedule or we can look ahead, morning meeting, night meeting, soccer game, and you start to be forward thinking and then you plan your wellness in that. When do I shop? When do I work out? When do I go to bed early? When? Then you become a winner. The wins become the winners. Therefore, when it says 20 minutes every single day, you might have to break it up. I didn't say you had to do it in a row. Not one time. Okay? 10 minutes plus 10 is 20. When I went to school anyway.
True story.
Right? True story. Faith, what about you? What are your thoughts initially in an area you're like, oh, maybe that might be pushing it a little bit?
Probably the exercise. I'm doing that every day consistently. And also just writing down what I actually eat. So it's because I don't have any consistency with eating. So it's just having that sort of visualization of it.
This is where we'll start to learn this, the balance. We start to learn what goes in your mouth, calories in. And are we doing some calories out? We'll start to really see that. You'll start to really see where that was a whole week off. Whoa. Where you'll start to look ahead and go, the exercise is going to be this week. So the food better be on. I got to nail the food because the exercise is off. I got to nail the exercise because I'm going to be on the road. You will start looking at that. And that is getting a B. That is how you maintain. A and F will not get you there and keep you there. On, off, black, white, all or nothing. That is not going to get you there. You'll just call me in a year. And frankly, if we only did this, we're doing this for 10 or 11 weeks, right? If you guys don't keep this going, you'll fall off the wagon within 3 weeks of us being done. Not kidding. So pay attention while we have each other. I really want you to pay attention and embed it and get uncomfortable and get comfortable being uncomfortable as fast as possible, because you have all of us. Because once you graduate, that next day is scary. Trust me, you can contact season 1. Some of the cast members are going to come on to individual episodes to say, hey, pay attention to this week. I didn't. This is what happened. Don't go into this like, hey, I got everybody for 11 weeks. You go into it going, oh shit, I only have everybody for 11 weeks. It's summer. You guys are blessed this season. When I do this show during the winter, when I say to them, get your snow jacket on and get the hell outside and walk, I don't want to hear, well, it's really slippery. I don't give a shit. Then get YouTube out. You guys have an opportunity with decent weather to make some choices. Better foods even, okay? All right. We started off with a word that you felt. How are you feeling? What's your words? Let's go back around. Rita, do you remember your word when you started out? Was it exuberant?
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember.
I know, and I usually write them down. Bad coach. I think elated. It was elated, I think.
Elated. Thank you. Yes, elated.
So what is your word? What are your thoughts now after you get episode 1 in the belt? You nailed it, Wonder Woman.
Eager.
She's got the E's going on. Yes.
I'm eager. I'm eager to start this. Like, can we wrap this up so I can start?
Yeah, get fired up. Get the bitch on the street, man. Let's go. Troy, what about you? What was your word before? Apprehensive?
No, nervous.
Nervous. Okay.
Nervous.
What's your word now?
Excited.
Okay.
Looking forward to going.
Yeah, you got this. Get rid of your excuses, people, because if you think there's one that you can throw me, I haven't heard, save your time. I don't have these minutes. I can't get them back. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. There's nothing. If it's a true reason that you can't do something is different than an excuse. They are not the same thing. Okay. Faith, what was your word? Was it apprehensive?
Yes. Yeah.
What is your word now?
I think I'm still a bit apprehensive, but I am excited as well. Yeah.
That's good. Rita, what are you going to say to your super fans, people that support you? What would you say to them this week?
I say, hold me to be accountable. Hold me to be accountable.
Good one.
So I may have my little pen and paper and be jotting things down, but come check on me every now and then. See how things are going.
And that's one thing I would say about accountability is it's your responsibility to tell your accountability team what you need, because they will only go to what they think accountability is, and it may be nothing like you need. So for Faith, her accountability might be check in on me on Friday with a text that says, how are you? And that's it, right? It could be that clear. Where you for accountability may be, hey, Joan, I want you to ask me if I drank water. Hey, Sally, I want you to tell me. So figure out what you need people to do. It's your responsibility. Troy, Rocky, everybody's at the fight, man. What do you know?
There goes the bell. Same thing. Keep pushing me. Keep checking on me, making sure that I'm where I'm supposed to be, and then vice versa. I'll do the same. So.
Love it. Okay, you guys, welcome to Coach Peggy Real Time. We are real people with real problems, finding real solutions, and we will be back next week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
You've been watching Coach Peggy Real Time, a transformation coaching docuseries, and we are so grateful that you come back each week to support the cast, and hopefully you at home are absorbing some of the strategies and tools and improving the quality of life that you have. And maybe you'd like to hop on over to Coach Peggy Real Time, a Facebook group where the cast is sharing some of the experiences they're having, and we'd certainly love to hear about yours. If you would like to be a part of upcoming seasons, or you'd like to be a part of Coach Peggy Real Time groups, which is not public, you're going to find that information at CoachPeggyRT.com. We are airing on YouTube. If you'd like to see any of the previous seasons, get on over there, subscribe, like, and we will see you next week. Thanks for following along. And again, make sure you hop on Facebook community and let us know how you're doing. See you next week.